Good morning. Hope everyone had a great weekend. It's another Board of Public Works call-in. So, first thing I do is I go to my channel page, and then over here at the end where it says posts, I click on posts, and then I scroll down, and my last post is for today's meeting. Let's sign in first. I'm going to Zoom link. And it's opening. Have to go back. Go back to share the other screen now. Let's try this again. Go to the Zoom screen, and then here at the bottom in the middle, can you see my cursor? That's the raise hand. I click on that to raise my hand. I'm a little early. It's only 9:40. The meeting doesn't start for 20 minutes. So let's look at the agenda items. We got to move this out of the way. Let's share that screen. Back to the other shared screen. Go to share screen. Back to my post. And on here at the top, it says agenda, and there's a link. I click on that link. And let's read the agenda items for today. First one is Bureau of Engineering. Authorize the city engineer to issue the task to Arcadis from the pre-qualified on-call wastewater and environmental engineering services consultants. And the second agenda item is request for authority relinquishment of major transit and transportation construction impact area O and the streets of significance. Let's see. Agenda item number 3, memorandum of understanding, added signage at Echo Park Skate Park. Agenda item number 4, final closeout change order 31, Axiom Group. Authorize the city engineer to issue final closeout change order 31 for the construction of the 6th Street Viaduct. Number 5, contract extension for landscape maintenance of Media Islands in the East Valley area. Number 6, contract extension, landscape maintenance of Median Islands North Central area. Same thing for 7, except it's West Valley area. And number 8 is construction order highway RP, primary battery C influent channel concrete and liner repairs. Number 9 is revised funding table, Gage Median Islands. What else? I think that's it. Yep, that is it. I am not going to speak on any of those today, but there are clever ways you could speak on those. But I'm not going to speak on any of those today. Okay, let's go back to the Zoom call. Share screen, 1 second. All right. Who do we have? I saw some people are here. Eyes to see. Hey, Eyes. And Ganja Girl. Her brain hurts sometimes, she says, trying to figure out what these agenda items even are. I know, right? It's all written in government ease, government speak, Michigash. I said, popping in to say hello, off to an appointment. Okay, Eyes, take care of yourself first. You are more important than a phone call. So be well, take care. Ganja Girl, I wanted to make you supportive squirrel of the day, but your channel image is just a black dot. I need something more to put, so I was trying to figure it out. I was trying to do one for Eyes too, frankly, and I was working on that last night, and I just wasn't happy with it. It was a hard one to do, and I wasn't happy with the result. So then I pivoted and tried to switch to someone else. I won't name them, but I tried to switch to someone else, and it wouldn't let me use the image. So I created a new image, and it wouldn't let me use that image either. So I just hit 3 strikes, and so I didn't have a supportive squirrel of the day on my morning call today. I mean, my morning stream today. Would not let me. I'm going to do some knitting maybe, but that's doesn't make for a very exciting stream for you guys. Sorry. But I want to get this hat done. It is for the Red Hat protests, the first Red Hat protests that's on my radar at least, is this Thursday. They're doing it in Europe mainly, and some people here, some people in the States, some areas. And it is February 26th because you want to be later in queue, so I'm waiting in line. Yeah, waiting to log in. Yeah, I get that. I do that sometimes, especially if I'm going to do agenda items. I want to see what Audit LA does on agenda items, and then I can say, I support everything she said, and then maybe reiterate a point and then expand on a point with my own thoughts on it. But yeah, it makes it a lot easier to do it that way. So what was I saying? Oh, the Red Hat Resistance protest is the first one that's on my radar. There's another one, but this Thursday, February 26th, a lot of people are doing this one in Europe because February 26th marks the date. I don't remember what year, but it marks the date that the Nazis banned the wearing of red hats and the display of the Norwegian flag, which is red. And so for the history of the Norwegian red hat, February 26th is a very significant date. So there's people in Norway, there's people in, I think there's people in Greenland, there's people in, not Michigan. Yeah, Michigan. There's people all over that are doing a peaceful protest of just wearing their red hat. Some people are gathering to do it, and other people are just going to make sure to wear their red hat that day. But I need to finish this for Thursday, and I want to post it. So, and I've already made a change to the pattern, because of course I did. Of course I did. But yeah, I want to get it done, so I'm working on that right now. Oh gosh, no, you didn't interrupt. I'm just a scatterbrain. I've got like ADD or something, ADHD, and I get distracted easily. Yeah, all over. There's I just those are the three specifically I can think of to name. I have a list of them, but yeah, there's people all over Europe and America that are going to be wearing their Norwegian Red Resistance hats this Thursday. And then Monica from Norway and I are going to do a live stream and showcase some of the videos from it and showcase some of the background information on why it's being done. So, Monica in Norway. Monica's my co hostess with the mostest. No, yes, I can't remember the name of this city. I can find it. Hold on. I have the tab open still because I wanted to make sure to talk about it. Where is this one? There's one in Eugene, Oregon. There is a Sisters of St. Agnes group doing it. And they are where? They are in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. And there's a group doing it in Minnesota, of course. And where is this? Yeah, this is Minneapolis, Minnesota. There's a group in Norway doing it. Where's that other group? Did I accidentally close that one? I might have closed the tab for it. I can find it. Oh, there's a group in Greenland doing it. There's a group in, here it is, Northumberland, Berwick. Where is that? It's the Northumberland
Audio test 1, 2, 3. Good morning to our attendees, city staff, executives, commissioners who are joining us here in the Board of Public Works hearing room. If there are any members of the public who wish to offer commentary on any of our agendized items, please fill out a speaker card located in the back of the room. Indicate which item you'd like to speak on, hand it to me, and I'll record your information for the record and then call upon you when we reach your item. Good morning as well to our attendees who are joining us on the virtual platform. I do see a number of hands raised. I'm going to go through and ask if you would please identify yourself for the record and let me know which item you'd like to speak on. I'll record your information, then we'll call upon you when we reach your item. Start with Audit LA. Good morning.
Yay, audit.
Good morning, TJ. I would like everything.
Very well.
Thank you.
Thank you, Audit LA. I've also distributed your Google comment that you submitted in writing.
Oh, that's for the other meeting, for the meeting that's not open to the public,
Okay.
the management meeting.
Yes, it is open to the public.
Oh, it is? Oh, I didn't know that. But not on Zoom, right? Only in person?
Not on Zoom. Correct. It's in.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, Audit LA. I'm going to go ahead and put you back on mute and lower your hand. Georgina, good morning.
Good morning, TJ. We missed you on Friday. I'd like to speak on minutes and public comment, please.
Very well. I have you down for public comment and minutes. Thank you. Laura FM Anderson, good morning.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Would you like to offer commentary on any of our agenda items or public comment? Or both?
Yeah, I want to do public comment, the minutes, I want to talk about neighborhood council, and I also want to talk on agenda item on number, I think 3, the skate park.
Okay, thank you. I have you down. Well, actually, we're probably not going to take public comments. It's up to the presiding officer. Items 3 and 4 are going to be continued to March 2nd, 2026.
Okay, then I'm gonna just hold on to my minutes and the neighborhood council and put general public comment as well.
Very well, thank you.
So,
Nora, good morning.
oh yay, Nora's here.
Good morning. I would like general public comment minutes and multiple agenda items, please.
Thank you. I have you down for general public comment, minutes and all items.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and put you back on mute and lower your hand. Moving next to Gigi. Good morning.
Good morning, TJ. I just want general public comment, please.
Very well. I have you down for public comment. Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and put you back on mute and lower your hand. And finally, we have Miriam. Good morning.
Good morning, TJ. Just a general public comment, please.
Very well. Thank you, Miriam. I have you down for public comment, and I will put you back on mute and lower your hand. If there's any other member of the public who wishes to offer commentary and you've not already done so, please raise your hand. Ask you to unmute, identify yourself for the record, in which item you'd like to speak on. I'll record your information and we'll call upon you when we reach your item. It is 9:54 and we should get started with the board meeting in approximately 6 minutes. Thank you.
Yay, we got everyone signed up. We got Miriam. I hope you're doing a lot better, Miriam. It's good to see you again. Nora, Ganja Girl. We got a lot of people today. Lara, Audit LA, and me. I think that's it. Anyway, it's a good crowd. Good crowd of feisty women.
Test on the podium mic.
So anyway, Northumberland
Podium mic
one.
check 1, 2, 3.
All right, TJ, settle down. The Northumberland one is in Ireland. Oh, Cricket's here. Hey, Cricket. And guys, if you guys want to go support Liz Gale, feel free. Don't feel like you have to be here. This happens all the time. She's probably spilling some tea on something worth actually listening to. You could always watch this on replay or just give me a thumbs up later. I don't expect you guys to attend every one of these meetings just because I do. But I do appreciate the support. Yeah. Audit, Ganja, me, Lara, Nora, and Miriam. It's a good crowd. Oh, 4 more people could call in. That's a good suggestion, Miriam. Irish is here. Hey, Irish, are you lurking while working, babe? We were just talking about Ireland, Irish. There's a Red Hat protest going on in Northumberland, Ireland on Thursday for the Red Hat resistance protest sponsored by Red Hat Factory. I could play that clip really quickly, maybe. Let's see. It's a short one. Is this the right one or is the other one the right one? Yeah, this is it. Oh, don't start before I'm ready for you to start, dude. Let's share that tab and then go back to the other one. Whoop, volume's not on it.
Political affiliations at all. Maybe some of you even have Norwegian roots. I know many Americans do. Back in Norway, during World War II, some Norwegians wore red hats as a sign of opposition to the German occupation of our country. It was a sign of our Norwegianness, which they could not conquer. These heroes of ours also wanted to make Norway great again. We loved the great and free Norway that we had before all of this unfolded. In the years after we had won our freedom, Norwegian resistance fighters lifted a few values that they believed were central to what they fought for. Democracy was one of them, the will of the people, the freedom to believe what you want with no fear of violent oppression. And another word they heavily featured was menneskeverd, a Norwegian word that talks about the fundamental value of a human being simply for being human. This was in stark opposition to Hitler's ideology, which insisted on judging people based on their ethnicity, religion, or political affiliation. We are going to wear red hats on February 26th, and we invite any and all to march along if you share these same values. I know that the killing of Alex Preddy sowed doubts in many Americans across political aisles that perhaps this administration is taking things too far right now, using too heavy a hand. And the way the government representatives painted the picture of Preddy afterhand did not seem correct at all. February, we are marching for unity across all political aisles to remind America that not all things are a right versus left issue. We all care about truth and justice and equal worth. All red hats are welcome.
So that is that. There was another clip. I meant to play the other one, but that's a good one too. I better go back to Public Works. I could play the other one after.
Good morning, again to our attendees who are joining us on the virtual platform. If there's anyone who has not already done so and you would like to offer public comment or commentary on any of our agendized items, please raise your hand, identify yourself for the record, and indicate which item you'd like to speak on. We'll record your information, and we'll call upon you when we reach your item.
Shartics!
We should get started with the board meeting momentarily. Thank you.
Oh no, Irish. I know how much you like walking. That's what you did for the marathon. You twisted your ankle right at the start, but you still fought through the whole marathon. So we know you'll rise up, but I hope you feel better soon. Sorry you're not well. Cricket's dating all the cute Norwegians. So yeah, if you still want to call in, just go click the Zoom link on my post on my channel page, and you can just say, hey, why aren't you paying attention to what these people are reporting? I support what Audit LA and Lara are reporting to you. Why aren't you doing something? It's that
Recording
easy.
in progress.
We are now in record mode and ready to begin the meeting. President Kane.
Yay! Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the regularly scheduled meeting of the Board of Public Works for Monday, February 23rd, 2026. Mr. Knight, please take roll and establish quorum.
Thank you, President King, Vice President Chávez, President Pro Tem Grant, Commissioner Mitchell, and Commissioner Cardenas are present. We do have a quorum. We're joined this morning by City Attorney Representative Thomas Costello Vega. I'm TJ Knight with the Board of Public Works. President King, we have 6 public commenters, 3 multiple agenda item commenters, and 1 single item commenter all on the virtual platform. We have no one joining us here in the hearing room on public comment, and we have no neighborhood council commentary received this morning.
Thank you,
Thank you
Miriam.
very much. We will get started with general public comment, which is an opportunity for the public to address the board on public interest items, and will be provided up to 1 minute per person, up to a cumulative total of 10 minutes for the general public comment segment of each regular meeting. Testimony shall be limited in content to subject matters which are within the jurisdiction of the Board of Public Works. The board may not take any action on any matters discussed during the public comment period. We do not have any in-person speakers, so we will start with our virtual platform.
Thank you, President King. We'll start with Audit LA.
Go Audit.
Regina. And this is public comment, so you'll have 60 seconds to offer your commentary.
Good morning. Yes, I want to talk about the workers, R1 visa workers, and just the religious workers. They're making $50 a week for over 100 hours of work. They're legally allowed to do that for ministerial work only. When it comes to public works things, whether they're working on fixing their sidewalks, maintenance, they're permitted, stuff like that, their events, they're not allowed to be making $50 a week, but they are. And their security, their security people are they're also ministers making $50 a week, and they're patrolling a city sidewalk without a city permit, and that's illegal. It's going to be, like a liability for the city. If they want to hire third-party security, that's different. Otherwise, their security, and even the third party, it has to stay on their property. On their property is one thing, but it cannot be on public property. And we guys really need to deal with this. It's human
Thank you,
labor.
Adele. And for the record, we have distributed the public comment that you submitted via the Google platform as well. We'll move next to Georgina, followed by Laura FM.
Hi, board. Thank you for allowing me to speak. I'm going to go back to basics. We're going to talk about why is there not parking allowed on L. Ron Hubbard Way. That street is a public street. Why are you letting it be the entire street being no parking when that street where parking is a premium in Los Angeles and you're denying residents from having parking spaces? There's people in that neighborhood that I know for a fact have to pay for a parking garage because there's no street parking there. It's ridiculous. You could be recouping a lot of money for the city by putting in meters and having that street open. Also, why is there even a street named L. Ron Hubbard Way? There isn't a Jesus Christ Way. There isn't a Buddha Way. There isn't a Muhammad Way. Why is there an L. Ron Hubbard Way? Next cult leader is going to be Charles Manson Way. Is that what we're doing next? Thank you. I yield back my time.
And we'll move next to Laura FM, followed by Nora.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Good morning, board. This is Laura. I'm so excited for you guys to finally have the idea or the chance to be able to bring up the revocable permit for L. Ron Hubbard Way to go back to North Berendo Street, since Scientology uses that as a gang tactic to literally own and control the neighborhood in the area. I live in the area. I'm requesting that you put the meters back. I'm requesting that you put the North Berendo Street that belongs correctly on the street sign back on the street, and to bring up the revocable permit that I keep calling about, that we all keep calling about, because it's not important maybe to you, but it's important to people that were born and raised in this cult, knowing that this is a tactic that they use to control people, the environment, the city, the people around the buildings, and the people that live in the neighborhood. So please stop giving them permits, and also please revoke their permit. They have a permit, it's revocable. Please bring it up as an option on the board.
Thank you. That's 60 seconds. We'll move next to Nora, followed by Gigi. And Nora.
Sorry, it took me a second to unmute there. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, wonderful. I want to echo Laura's sentiments. I grew up in LA. I was born, actually, my mom did a Lamaze class at the Big Blue Building, which is now named L. Ron Hubbard Way when it was still Cedars of Lebanon. And then I was born, anyway, not there at the actual Cedars that's now in Beverly Hills. The street was named under false pretenses. It was a temporary permit. It was not meant to be an extended thing. And the sign itself was not a city issued sign. That sign was made in-house by Scientology that says L. Ron Hubbard Way by my ex-husband. And the city sign never replaced it. So it has illegal signage. I would implore you guys to do an investigation into the no parking signs. We have asked the parking department. We've asked everyone else. It's very important that that street goes back to being North Berendo. It's part of Los Angeles history. And also was done under slave labor, and the signatures that they gathered were not.
Thank you, Nora. That's 60 seconds. We'll move next to Gigi, followed by Miriam.
Good morning. Audit LA was talking about how their security guards operate on public property. And back in June, I had 3 of their security guards surround me, harass me, and try to intimidate me. And then they falsely called the police saying that I was trespassing when I was clearly on the sidewalk on the public easement. They keep doing stuff on the public that they should not be doing. We are not telling you to shut them down. You know, we're not saying that. Like, you guys are public works. We're telling you, do what's in your realm. Do the stuff you can do. They're working on public streets, public sidewalks, and you need to do some enforcement about what they're doing. They're doing it wrong. Do something about it. Thank you. I yield my time.
Great job, everybody.
And Miriam.
Hi, I'm calling about L. Ron Hubbard Way and the repeated event permit violations by the cult of Scientology. For years, they have set up oversized structures, blocked sidewalks, and used armed security to restrict pedestrian access. conditions that violate the very permits the city issues them. Yet approvals continue as if violations don't matter. How many permit violations does it take before permits are denied? What is the enforcement threshold? When rules aren't enforced, they become favoritism. This is public right of way, not private property. Stop issuing permits until full compliance is proven. Enforce the code, equal rules or no rules. Thank you.
Great job.
President King, that concludes general public comment this morning.
You all did so
Thank
great.
you very much. With that, we will close general public comment portion of today's meeting and move forward with multiple agenda item public comment. The board will provide an opportunity for members of the public wishing to speak on more than one agenda item during multiple agenda item comment period for up to a minute per item, up to a total of 3 minutes per meeting. This is the only time to speak on more than one agenda item, and please identify the items that you will speak on when you are called. We do not have any in-person speakers, so we will transition to a virtual platform.
Thank you, President King. We'll start with Audit LA, and please identify which item you're speaking on.
Good morning. I want to speak on the ones about the medians. I'm glad you guys are doing median maintenance in different locations. I am asking you to please add to the list the median at Burbank Boulevard and where Tahunga and Lankershim meet. Because years ago when Scientology first took over the the North Hollywood org, they adopted that median. Okay, they came and promised the neighborhood councils that they are going to take really good care of it. It's going to be pristine. It's going to be beautiful. And that's a lie. It's been an absolute mess. They never fixed the little statue thing there. They're supposed to adopt it and maintain it, and they haven't. So I am asking the city to please revoke that adoption and take back control of the median. Because it's a blight on our neighborhood. I have pictures. It's disgusting, and so I'm asking you to please, it's the one at Burbank Boulevard, Tahunga, Lankershim, where it all meets. Please take back that for the city so we can have some pride in our community with that median. There's a beautiful artistic statue that's broken. Nothing's been fixed. As far as minutes, I'm going to ask you to please, change the minutes. I know it must seem strange. How are you going to put this stuff on the minutes? Right? We're talking about, indentured servitude. We're talking about different permit abuses. And I understand that, but, it's not, but these are facts. These are things that we have been able to prove. So it's not like you're attacking, an entity. You're just reflecting what the public is saying, with the evidence that they're presenting and the concerns that they're presenting, which we have a right to do because we're asking the city to do its job. We're not asking you to go after anybody. We're asking you to just make sure that any entity, all entities, are abiding by the laws, that they're abiding by the permit rules, that they're just abiding by, labor laws and everything. That's all we're asking, and it should be reflected. And as far as neighborhood councils, it's really important that I'm a very big believer. I've been on neighborhood councils, very big believer in that system. They're not, you guys need to bring them into this more. And they also, and I hope others can talk about how important it is as for the Scientologists in these buildings or people that may want to escape that the neighborhood councils are advised of all the permit closures. It's also important for the community. They're not being advised whenever they have a permit. And I know for a fact they're not being advised. And and the neighborhood, they need to get more involved because the neighbors think that that's a private street. I met two neighbors a couple weeks ago who said, he's terrified when his wife goes down that street because it's private.
We'll move next to Nora.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, go ahead. Please identify which item you're speaking on.
I'm speaking on the minutes. And then do I list sorry for ignorance on the procedure. Do I list the additional items right now or?
You can list them as you go through them. But
Okay, perfect. So I know it's getting really tired listening to the L. Ron Hubbard Way situation, but it is a sticking point. I am one of the people that laid those bricks. I am not a licensed mason. I am not an apprentice mason. I was one of the people laying multiple bricks late at night in my quote unquote off hours to do manual labor for no other purpose than for Scientology to save money while having uncontracted, unskilled masons, some of whom were children, some of whom are in their slave labor camp right there in the basements of the Blue Building, making $12.50 per week. Okay. And let's just talk a little bit about R1 visas and things like that. Per the law, anybody who gets an R1 visa, a religious worker visa, they can, come here and not be paid a regular salary. That's actually one of the requirements. But it is also required that they don't become a burden on the area in which they are living, which means they're not getting welfare. They're not getting free services, right? They have to show documentation that shows that they have their own money to be here, either through savings, checkings accounts, their family, etc. And they cannot be involved in any, selling of items, soliciting donations for the organization. So most of the people who are human trafficked across, international lines to be here are selling Scientology 100% of their day. That's number one. Number two, absolutely, they have no money. They're getting paid $50 a week, which is $2,600 per year. And that is when they get paid. And that's before taxes are taken out. Okay, that's their gross salary per year. I want you to put that into perspective. And then
which item are you speaking on, Nora?
That's the minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. Then when it comes to the streets area of the medians and things like that, you have, again, unskilled, unpaid workers in the city of Los Angeles. The median landscapers get paid between $39,000 and $542,000 per year. And you're not supposed to have anybody who's making less than that doing that work. Yet you have people out there who are doing that landscaping work around their properties all over the place for $50 per week in clear violation of city law. And some of these people are R1 visa workers. So I don't know when there's going to be a proper investigation into exactly how we're handling the streets around these properties, because they have, as you know, multiple properties throughout the whole city where they are doing that landscaping, where they're getting paid $50 a week, and you have that taking away from your guys' contracted time.
That's 3 minutes. And we'll move next to Georgina. You indicated that you wish to offer commentary on the minutes, and that will be 60 seconds, followed by Laura FM. Go ahead, Georgina.
Thank you. Yeah, I want to talk about the minutes because are you hearing any of our complaints and making any changes to the minutes? Because so far nothing has happened. We make public comment and it's all right to do so, and yet you ignore them. You don't follow up with any of the complaints, and then it's like they didn't even happen because they're getting ignored. They're not being included in the minutes. I don't understand why that continues to be the case. Your YouTube channel has the exact same title for thousands of videos. How is that helpful? How is that helpful? Throw a date in there so they're actually researchable, so that you can find out why sometimes we'll say $12.50 a week and sometimes we'll say $47 a week. $47 a week is the max they get, and that's if they're way up stat. If their statistics are low or they're considered out ethics, they might not get paid at all that week, or they might only get $12.50 a week. So that's where that discrepancy lies. But that'll never be reflected in the minutes.
60 seconds, and we'll move next to Laura FM. You indicated that you wish to offer commentary on the minutes and neighborhood councils, and that will be 2 minutes.
Thank you. So yeah, I want to echo what the last callers were all saying about the minutes. It needs to be shown. It may, again, not seem important to you guys on the board, or maybe it does, but nothing's being done. Nothing's changing. There's nothing being changed about the titles of the videos on the Zoom or on the YouTube. You guys haven't changed anything. So this is extremely important for us, the people. So whether it's important to the board or not, it is important that it's put on the minutes and it's shown, and that the videos are accurate, and that people can document and see, oh, these people were bringing up the child slave labor. They were bringing up the permits that they keep asking to be revoked. They are bringing up to stop giving Scientology these fake permits. It's super simple, but it shows the level of care from Public Works isn't moving at all. You guys keep giving them permits. You know, you're not documenting each person's comment on the minutes and describing that. You have people who were born and raised in this cult, like myself, who have been calling in and telling you like detailed evidence stories of how they took over the city and the public sidewalks, and that needs to reflect in the minutes. The other thing with the neighborhood councils is that people need to be, when they leave the Sea Org, or when they even have a chance to get out of Scientology physically, mentally, whatever it is, the neighborhood council boards would be a perfect place for them to be able to be in an environment around the city members where they could join and be a part of the councils. I don't feel comfortable joining the neighborhood council when you have Janet Whelan on the board, who's an indentured servant who gets paid less than $47 a week and is suffering with arthritis, getting no actual medical help. It's not that we are attacking Scientologists, it's that these Scientologists are being inhumanely, they're being treated inhumane. And so Public Works has a way to stop that. And it's a huge part. And part of that is the minutes. Part of that is allowing people to join the neighborhood councils, and for the neighborhood councils to be up.
That's 2 minutes. And President King, that concludes single and multiple agenda item commentary this morning.
Thank you very much. With that, we will close the multiple item public comment portion of today's meeting and move forward with the approval of minutes. Or
That was it for the calling, guys. It was great having Nora join us. It was great to have Ganja there. You guys did such a great job. Audit LA is always fire. Lara is always fire. Miriam was fire. She joined us today. Yeah, it was a really good one, Ganja. We all backed each other up and yet added our own little piece to it. I think it went really well. It was a lot to unpack in today's meeting. It was really good. Okay, I'm going to show that other ICE protest Instagram that I wanted to show earlier. I gotta turn the volume on, and I gotta go back and share tab, because we were talking about it before the call, and I was saying I'm knitting an ICE resistance hat. And I wanted to show you how there is that's not the right one. It's the other one. I wanted to show how there is a red hat protest this Thursday all across the world. People are being encouraged to wear their own red hat of any kind. Here's the Red Hat Factory on Instagram talking about it.
The red hats. More on that later. But you know what? It's not American politics at this point. It is world politics, if you must insist on the word politics. Truth and justice are much better words. We're all looking at you, America, hoping, dreaming, and praying that you can resolve your issues in a peaceful way, the way of democratic justice. Did you know our Norwegian crown princess was in the Epstein files? Reading it, it feels like she was primarily in the process of being honey-trapped and said some incredibly stupid, and may I say, vile things in the process. But she does not appear directly implicated in any crimes. In spite of that, this has outraged Norway to such a degree that people are talking about whether the monarchy will survive this. And the princess was quick to issue a public apology. This is how seriously, and may I say, furiously, the rest of the world takes this. America, please wake up. Do not ever stop pushing for full transparency and justice for each perpetrator indicated in the emails. This is our time to push through. There might not be
This isn't the clip I wanted to show, but it's a good one, so let's just finish watching it.
another time. Put on a red beanie on February 26th, if you agree with this. We are putting them on all across the world for democracy and a few other universal values you can read about below.
Yeah, that wasn't the one I wanted to share. Let's see if I can find it really quickly. If not quickly, we'll move along. I don't want to log in. No, right, let me find it. I think this is it. All right. This isn't it either, I don't think, but this will do.
On February the 26th, 1942, red hats were outlawed in Norway, deemed a form of protest against the Nazis who had invaded us. On February 26th, 2026, which happens to fall on a Thursday yet again, we honor the Norwegian World War II resistance movement by wearing red knit caps and reviving what they were fighting for back then. As Norway's most decorated resistance fighter, Gunnar Sønsteby, highlighted, we didn't only fight against an enemy, but for something. For a free society, for menneskeverd, for peace. The Norwegian word menneskeverd translates to human worth and means the value of the human being merely for being human. It stands in stark contrast to the Nazi propaganda that incessantly grouped people based on race, ethnicity, religion, and political belonging, then used the different groups as pawns in a game of power. If we are to honor the ones who stood against Nazi Germany back then, we must do so by combating the roots of the evils of that time. Unity is resistance to a media that thrives off of our division. Menneskeverd is a resistance to dehumanizing labels and a return to individual value and responsibility. Democracy, as they saw it back then, was the counterpoint to the authoritarian rulership. During the World War II, Hitler stoked the flames by justifying the Aryan and condemning the Jew, the Bolshevik, and the immigrants. These days, we frivolously throw around labels again. MAGA, radical leftist, right-winger, Jew, Muslim, Christian, black, white, the immigrants, and we judge each other based on these. A red cap, hand knit in the home, is as individual as the hand that knit it. On the 26th, let the red hat be a symbol of menneskeverd, unity and democracy, a celebration of what unites us and resistance to what divides. As my friend Elias said, maybe the hats are red because we all bleed the same. If you're able, find someone local who can knit you a hat, or buy from a local shop. Getting to know your neighbor is the quickest way to get beyond the labels. Let no one own this movement. Let it be spread out in every home that loves peace, unity, democracy, and who believes in menneskeverd. But let's all put on a red hat, February the 26th.
I love this guy and I love his message, and I am knitting a red hat right now. I hope a lot of people join in this. This is worldwide, guys. So hopefully somewhere in your neck of the woods, there'll be people like you wearing a red hat that day. That's this Thursday. And Amy's shoveling snow. Yeah, I heard you guys got a blizzard. So that's this Thursday, guys. Wear a red hat. Give someone a hug that you see wearing a red hat, or a smile or a wave, and tell them you support them. If you don't have a red hat yourself, you can at least do that. So, and speak out about it. The more of us that they can make scared and keep quiet, the more ground they've made. We're not going to give them ground. Yes, Norway, Miriam, Norway's backing us up, and it's really touching. I know they're doing it in Ireland. I know they're doing it in Greenland. I know they're doing it in Norway. I think I saw something about them doing it in Germany. There's lots of countries that are going to be joining in on this Thursday. Wear a red hat. Support someone you see wearing a red hat. So that's my soapbox moment for today. But back to public workers. Everyone did so great. It was so great having Nora, and it was so great having Miriam and Ganja, Laura, Audit. It was a really great one, and I'm proud and pleased to have been able to participate in it myself. And go support Liz Gale if she's still on. Go check her out. And everyone go out and have fun. And fuck ICE. And stand up for our democracy, guys. It's important. Bye.